Hi everyone. This video is the result of my research, which indicates that it's a follow-up to the previous video on the Slavs. And that video said that the Slavs already had an empire in Central Europe in Roman times. They battled against Marcus Aurelius, and it was called the Marcomanni Wars. You appeared to have this confederation of it was called the War against the Sarmatians and Germans, and for some reason the Sarmatians and the Germans were united. And what the historians don't really say is that in between the Sarmatians and the Germans, you actually have a tribe known as the Slavs. And the Romans perhaps weren't too good at describing this tribe, so they accorded them Sarmatian characteristics or Germanic characteristics, or they said they were both, because they were a confederation. Now, in this video, we're saying that the Slavs actually originate in Germany. They don't originate in Russia. That's all wrong. They come from Germany. And because on the earliest maps, the Schwabi, the Swavi, the Swavienski, they're always there. They're always in Germany, taking up East Germany or most of Central Germany. They're there. And on the coast and to the west, you have the Teutonic German tribes. And the German tribes are more localized, actually, even in Charlemagne's time in France. France was the Reich. The Reich was not in Germany, it was in France. Germany was a Slav place. There were Slavs there. And of course, Charlie, you're going to say, well, hang on a sec, where do the Germans come from? Okay, the Germans would have had to have originated in isolation, as the Slavs originated in isolation, in order to develop their language. Scandinavia is the home of the Germanic people. They would have originated in Scandinavia, but they would have also originated in Doggerland and in UK. These were probably the Germanic countries. But in particular, Doggerland / Atlantis would have been the home of the Germans. Then you have the Germans arriving, I envisage, in Germany proper and taking control slowly, gradually, and they pushed the Slavs out. In the early Slav legends, they'd never come from the east. This is the problem. There is no Slav legend with the Slavs coming from the east, as the modern historians say, the anthropologists, wrong. The Easterners are merely an offshoot who were conquered by these earlier people coming from the west. And what happens is the Slavs seem to have been pushed out of Germany, because in the earliest Slav legend there are three brothers, Lech, Czech and Rus. And Rus goes east, Czech goes south, and Lech says, I'll stay where I am, and he founds Poland. I reckon it's Silesia. Basically it's Silesia. When I was in Poland I noticed lots of place names with the word Lech in them. So in this video we're turning history on its head. We're saying the Slavs come from Germany. They were the original people there. And the Germans coming from Atlantis just pushed them, literally pushed them out to the east and to the south. And that is what I want to get across, because they have not taken into consideration the rising sea levels or anything like that. They assume the Slavs must be have gone from the east to the west. Wrong, they went from the west to the east. That is the point I want to get across. I don't think anyone has ever put this point across before. Look for yourself. Look at the earliest maps. The Slav countries just appear, they just appear automatically where they are today. There was no spread. You never see them spreading from the east in any map. They're just there. They're always there. If you look at the Swabi, the Swabi tribe, it means Slav in the Slavic languages, but if you're looking at it from an English or German perspective, you don't know how to read that word in the Slav languages, so you think it's a different word. It's the same word. It shows they were always in Central Europe. Probably they were occupying, they might have even conquered Sweden in ancient times, because the word Swede is very similar as well, which is quite interesting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is a follow-up. It's what I wanted to get across. In that video, if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to look at it. It's proving that the Marcomanni Confederation it's what the Romans call them, seem to have been a tribe of Germanic Sarmatians, tribes of Germanic Sarmatians, and they were not normal Germans. They were wandering Germans. They wandered around. They had wagons. These Swabi, they used wagons apparently. They wandered all over the place. whereas other Germans were agricultural. And in addition, these people were they mixed with the Iranians coming out of Asia, the Sarmatians. So I do encourage you to check that out video. It shows that the Slavs were always in Central Europe. They were always there, but they were pushed out by the Germans and the others. They were pushed eastwards. And the Slavs, when they conquered, they would have been Vikings. They went to the east, to the south. And then there were other conquerors coming from out of Sarmatia in the opposite direction who mixed with them. So hence the idea that they came from the east. Wrong, absolutely wrong. History is always wrong. That is the number one rule of Chucky. History is always wrong. 2, things are always recycled. Every building is always recycled. And those are my main postulates that I put forth on this channel. Thank you for watching. I think it's the first time this theory has been put forward. I think it's a great theory. I think it's amazing, and I think it makes absolute sense. When I was in, I have to say, when I was in Poland, looking at even if you look at the Iron Age maps of Europe, they are identical to the borders today. The Bronze Age maps, the Copper Age maps, the Stone Age maps, the same people were always where they are located today. It's absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for watching, guys. Cheers. The historians are totally biased and totally wrong. It makes me angry, but I thank you for watching.